wealth, let's say survivor needs. And let's say you are approaching your current clients. Go ahead and move to page 13. Again, it breaks it down for you. See the CC1 codes? So for an example, if you have an agent coming in and you know that he's doing prospecting that day, he can say, okay, with or without manager, research upcoming blocks, campaigns, make copies of materials, set times with my pre-scheduled phone session to follow up with the mailings. So that you know, hey, this is, hey boss, this is what I'm doing prospecting day, because you're going to ask them and you're going to be digging in because you're going to have we're going to be doing a lot of follow-up with the TPS, right? A lot of follow-up. You always got to follow up with this. So when you, hey, this is what I'm doing today. I'm doing CC1. You can flip this to you, and you know exactly what they're doing. So guess what? If you're there and it's 2 o'clock and they're supposed to be prospecting and they're doing CC1, would it be a bad idea to walk out and see if they're doing it? Trust, but verify. So we're trusting that you're doing this because you're giving us the codes and your planner looks perfect, right? And you know that nobody fudges those planners. So trust them, but verify what they're doing. Now, no longer will we have agents come in, and I tell you, the targeting prospecting system is beautiful because we have agents come in and say, you know, and like we talked about, come in 6 months, and it's they've sold their personal market, and everything's good, and guess what? You know, did they learn how to do fact-finding? Probably not. It was mom or dad, and it was pretty easy, and the sales manager agreed with it, and because he didn't have to work then, and then and then after that, in 6 months, they're leaving. Guys, that ain't what you want. Imagine a life. Imagine a vision. Be able to bring agents in, train them, pick a sales concept, all right? Then you have a targeting prospecting system. This is our process. This is the way we do it. What are you comfortable doing? Who do you like to be around? What do you do? This is how you approach them. These are the tools that we have to help you approach them. Matter of fact, you're going to get a whole day with me, with just me, and I'm going to help you do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. Now you're teaching these agents how to fish. You're not going out on every closing appointment. That system is no longer. So this right here breaks it down, not only for the agents, guys. I think a lot of times, the 11 to 3s, because sometimes maybe managers don't know. So it's important for you to dig in and say, I'm going to dig into this book. I'm going to figure out how to prospect. I need to know the codes. I want to dive in because I want to be able to teach this. You got to own it. Own these books. Now, again, whatever your sales concept is, whatever that you're targeting, this will break it down for your guide. This will be your Bible. So, what I'd like to do now is we've kind of walked through today, we've walked through sales concepts, and we've walked through our targeting prospecting system. Now, guys, it's very important that they do the same thing every single day. If they're doing something on Monday, if they're going to, whatever they're targeting, have them do the same thing next Monday. Every single day needs to be the same thing. Next Tuesday, okay, this is what I'm doing for the month. And don't have them do it for 1 week and quit because they failed doing it. Have them do it for a whole month. And guess what? On your PDS, it's something that's very important. You have to go back in to their targeting prospecting system, the page that we just kind of went over a little bit, and you're going to reevaluate it. Hey, what worked with this? This is what I saw. What did you think you do? What did you think you did well? And then what are you doing? You're coaching. It's not one of those things. We're not putting this out to say, hey, here we go. I've got a purple book I'm supposed to look at. I'll do this exercise, and then they'll never talk about it again. You can't do that. You've got to lead them. You've got to lead them every single month. You've got to dive into this TPS. Now, what I'd like to do is basically open the floor up for any questions, anything concerning me, the sales concepts, or the TPS for me.
I have a question before they do. Hold on. By the way, let's hear it one more time for Jared. Isn't he doing a great job? I used to like to use the PPR. What do I use now?
Financial snapshot.
Where's that?
It's in there. It's in the other side, financial snapshot.
Let's see what one of those looks like.
Pull that out. Right here. Guys, these are actually amazing. These are better than the PPRs. We have people that would set up events just to give you some ideas. They come up and they fill out a card to win something, but they've used these to fill out for the drawing.
So explain that to me.
Okay, what this is basically is you're gathering just the base information. This is not a fact-finding appointment. This is basically a prospecting something prospecting. You're gathering some basic information. At the same time, what the client's doing is kind of realizing exactly what they have and what they don't have. So they're kind of getting a better idea of what you can do for them. So this is a perfect way to be able to roll an appointment to a fact finder to explore some of the information that they put down.
Awesome.
Make sense?
What's a launch day?
A launch?
Launch day. Every time you look at me, it's not always about food. What's a launch day? Personal market, names.
Are you talking about the
Yeah.
referrals?
Yes.
Yeah, like a launch day. You could do like a launch day with your personal market to get the 10 people that you know to give you different referrals. You know, you say, hey, this is what I'm doing. This is some information. Can you give me some names? This is what I'm trying to build my business. Basically, take them through the process. Is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So behind every tab are one-pagers to penetrate a specific source, correct? Okay. Here's what we want to do. Before Jared's got to get back to his office, there's a lot of people that said, boy, I wish I had a little bit more time to ask him some questions. So about his experience as either a DSM, SM, or as a coach involved in the Quantum Leap world. So who has questions? I cut somebody off up here had a question. Somebody else had a question. Yes. Be right with you.
Thank you. I had a question really fast in regards to the event marketing. I was going through the little tab because this seems to be the biggest disconnect in my office. We do a ton of event marketing. We drink Monsters and we go and we just talk to everybody.
I like
and we
you
tell
already.
everybody that what we do. So here's the thing though, there's no phone script to call the people after, because we always say we're going to call you within the next 24 to 48 hours. And so we just don't have a perfected phone script, but there is none in here. So is there one available?
I don't know if there's one available for a specific event because there's a lot of different events that you can do. But what's your sales concept?
Our sales concept in my office is the starting out in the breadbasket.
No, I mean your sales concept. What do you focus? Is you mortgage? Is it Survivor? Are you doing wealth transfer?
Survivor needs.
Survivor. So what you need to do is you go to the Survivor phone script in your sales concept book, and you do that. That's the script that you want to do. Because if you're event marketing, you're bringing these names in. When you're calling people, why are you calling them?
I'm calling them because of what they checked off they were interested in on the side.
Yeah,
so
but
if it's IRAs, then I need something that says, hey, you called about the IRAs. If it's, in regard, but there is none.
yeah, if what you want to do is model after your sales concept. I would tell you to make it your own. If you have a sales concept, what you do, it has the whole window pane, but you got to know why you're calling them and then get that sales script modeled around that concept. But
Okay.
all right,
Who
next.
else?
And I'll be here during the break if you want some ideas. I'll show you some different for the IRAs and stuff.
You gotta meet me halfway, brother.
I believe the biggest challenge is going to be, well, first of all, in order to select one of these event marketing, worksite marketing vendor, they really have to read through it and understand it so that they can make an informed decision as to which avenue they want to take. The biggest challenge is this is a lot of material, and most agents will not truly read through this stuff and understand it. And you're dealing with 6 agents.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I believe is the biggest challenge. Can you kind of explain the process that you took to get to that point?
Yes. Basically, what we're doing is we're focusing on what? 3 warm source, right? Because this is a lot of material. But you're focused on 3 warm source and 1 cold source. So you're only focusing on 4 sources. So you have to sit down, and if they won't read through it, I would sit down during a PDS session, go through these sources and go through it with them because they're going to need you guys. Because you're going to say, hey, guys, here's the math, do it. All right, there's how many names. They need you to pull them in. If it's a one-on-one conversation, take them through it, explain everything to them. What are they doing? What appointments are they running? And that's the thing, because if you're running event marketing, there's no need for you to really go anything else other than event marketing. That's why they have those one-pagers. Does that make sense?
Jared, describe what you did in Ashland after you came back from Jumpstart.